from the setting of the sun to the break of new dawn.
To me, nothing is wrong with Africa, apart from the way people look at Africa. Yes. A lot of people's perspective of Africa is wrong. They look at us as a third world. You get into Europe, and everybody don't believe that you have come up with those designs you have come up with. They believe that what you have brought could have been done in Europe for Europe. So you showcase sometimes, and everybody comes to ask you, where did you bring this from?
Linda, you're shaking your head.
Yes. And some people look at your pictures of models.
You know, I mean, it's hard for you to be very angry because, you know, you're so poor. You know, like, you're shaking your head and like, oh, it's not working.
And they go to your website and see some pictures of models and be wondering, these ones are in Europe? And we're like, no, they're in Africa. And we're like, oh my God, don't tell me that. It's not possible. I'm like,
but I do get some of that, you know what I mean? I mean, I sit down and talk and discuss something with someone, you know, the cutting edge technology, IT, I'm just discussing it with you. And the next thing you're asking me, do you know cherry pie? And I'm like, yeah, I just discussed Second Life with you. You should suppose that I know cherry pie. You know, but that's an aside. That's an aside. Linda.
What I think is wrong with Africa is Africans themselves. I think it's Africans.
What do you mean by, you know, say that again. You think Africa, what's wrong with Africa is Africans.
They say charity begins at home. You're blaming the Europeans, the whatever, saying that, I mean, if you have to convince them, they're not convinced. We're talking about fashion weeks. Do a fashion week and invite them. Let's have a Nigerian fashion week and invite the Europeans and Americans. Let them come and then they make an opinion based on that. But you don't have a fashion week. So how do you expect them to hold in high regards? And I think it starts basically, starts and ends with the people in this. Well, I'm saying Nigeria because I read Africa well. Yeah, Africans is the people.
Right. We have these potentials. Why don't we just create industry for our models? They don't have to go to Paris.
Exactly.
We have enough products produced here. We have enough clothes produced in Nigeria, in the whole of Africa. We have enough market for our models. They don't have to go to Paris.
But I'm going to come back to that because there's a billboard that I look at the girl, well, I know she's Indian. And they have colored her black. Yes.
Do you understand? Now Oluchi won Mnet Face of Africa. I don't think I can remember seeing any of Oluchi's billboard in the whole of Lagos.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about? That is why the whites will always tell you that this is what the best picture of a model should look like. It's about Africa. Say, no, this is what it should look like. Even if he says, let us market ourselves to ourselves. Exactly. Africa, we can do enough for ourselves. Then they will start coming in. Do you understand? So we have this problem. How do you want this thing? How many agencies hosted her? That's what's a model. Face of Africa.
Right.
How many people hosted her and said, yeah, you're going to represent us?
Guys, I see everybody yeah.
Yeah, well, I could say yes. Standards are being set by Americans, by the Europeans. But when you say Africa, you're being too general. For instance, I just came back from South Africa not long ago, and I was told that during season, that's during the summer period, international models from all over the world, from the Caribbean, from Europe, everybody goes to South Africa. What I think is the problem is the economy that we have in East Africa and West Africa and North Africa. I don't think it's strong enough to carry what they consider to be standard.